To get your data into Minitab, it depends a little where it's sitting at the moment. If you're actually collecting your data, you can just type it straight in here. You'll see there's an empty row up the top, and this is for your variable names, and these are your column headers. If you've already collected your data and it's sitting in an Excel spreadsheet, it's probably easiest just to open that sheet inside Minitab. So to do that, you can just go to File, Open Worksheet. Now there's a little difference here with Minitab in that it has worksheets which are just the sheets with the data in them, and it also has projects which contain it can contain several worksheets if you've got several different related bits of data, and it contains all your output and your graphs and all your history and everything that you've done. So to open an Excel spreadsheet, that would be equivalent to a worksheet. So we'll go into Open Worksheet. And you can see in files of type, it will probably come up by Minitab by default, and you'll have to go down and choose Excel to open an Excel sheet. I'll just open that in there. And you can see that it's put the variable names in this top header row, and then the numbering actually starts with our first row of actual data, and that's what we want, so that's good. Now, if you have used SPSS in the past and you're converting to Minitab, you need to be aware that it doesn't have a variable view, so you need to check that your data is the correct type in here. Now, the easiest way to do that is just to have a look at this column heading. The C just stands for column, so C1 is column 1 and C2 is column 2. Above type of soda, you can see that there's a T there, so C3-T. Now that means that this column is considered a text column, and in this case that's correct, that's what we want. If for some reason Minitab believes that one of your columns is a text column and it's not, if I just put a letter in there, oh, it was not going to let me. If I start, I'll put that back to 180. If I start a new column, as soon as I put a letter in there, it will interpret that as being a text column, and text is equivalent to string in SPSS. If I then start putting in numbers, it won't recognise those numbers as numbers, it will just recognise them as text. And even if I go back up and I take that M out and put text in there, it is still seeing this whole column as a text column. What I need to do is convert this into a numeric column, and to do that you would go to Data, Change Data Type, and we want to go from text to numeric. Now you can go the other way, you can go from numeric to text, but usually you don't need to. It's the most common mistake is that a column has been interpreted as text incorrectly. So if we go text to numeric, sorry, all my little windows are popping up on my other screen, so I've just got to drag them across. So I get the option of all of my text columns, and here I've just got C7, which I haven't given a name yet. Change text column, I want to change C7 into a numeric column. Now I can either save it back into the same column I've taken it from, or I can give it a new column name. And usually I would put stuff into a new column just to check that it does it correctly, and then I can delete my old column when I'm sure that everything is fine. Okay. So now I've got a new column with exactly the same values, but this time we don't have that text up the top, so I know that this is being interpreted as a numeric column as I want. When you go to save this file, you'll have the option of saving the worksheet. That will save this sheet here, just your data. You might find it more convenient to save the whole project, and in that case it'll save all of your output and all of your graphs and everything that you've done.